A factory on the outskirts of town emits a large amount of CO2. The EU aims to reduce the emission of CO2 by 80% in 2050. And the factory itself is also looking for possibilities to reduce its CO2 emission. There are possibilities for the reuse of CO2 in horticulture. CO2 can be used to stimulate the growth of plants in greenhouses. To be able to deliver the waste CO2 to greenhouses, it must first be captured and processed. Furthermore, a pipeline needs to be constructed to transport the CO2 to the greenhouses. This all is quite expensive, but the municipality wants to support the project financially. The environmental benefits will be substantial, but indirect. After all, the factory itself will still produce CO2. The ultimate environmental impact will be achieved by the greenhouses, which will no longer consume natural gas. The EU has introduced an exemption for environmental aid. But the exemption only applies if the environmental impact is directly realized by the party receiving the aid, which in this case is not the factory. In addition, aid granted with respect to the construction of a pipeline does not fall within the scope of the environmental state aid rules. Therefore, no use can be made of the exemption. As a result, the municipality will have to follow a more burdensome procedure. And for the factory, the threshold for carrying out the project has become higher. It will take a long time before it is clear whether the project can be started and funding can be granted.